What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 116 of the Rise to Glory here with Gibraltar Apex. And today, I have for you guys a massive game for us. If you didn't see last episode, please go watch it before you watch this. The matches were incredible. The results are kind of given away perhaps by my enthusiasm about me wanting you to go and watch it. If you watched it, hopefully you enjoyed it. Today, we have ourselves the Champions League quarter-final. And who will we be playing, you ask? Well, it could have been easier. We're going to be taking on Barcelona. Now, the first leg is at home, which I feel like is perhaps a little bit of a disadvantage depending on how well or badly the first leg goes. If we can keep a clean sheet somehow, fantastic. You know, we have a platform to build off. If we don't, we might be in a spot of bother. Anyway, let's get into today's game. In terms of the system we're going to play, I actually think I'm going to stick with the system that we used in the second half of the game against Napoli, and that was this 4-3-1-2 formation. I feel like it worked for us pretty well. I think this is actually pretty close what my assistants picked to the team I was going to go with. I want to give us options on the bench as well, but in terms of the starting 11, the back 5 in terms of the back 4 and the goalkeeper, pretty standard. In midfield, we're going to go with Mora, JJ Bouchard, Vergara as the trequartista, of course, the new man on the block. At centre forward, and as the complete forward, I'm going to play Helik, the Polish player. He's had a great impact since he's come into the club. Hopefully he can do more of that for us. You can see 6 assists in the Champions League for him. Really been an unselfish effort by him up front. And of course Mosca, who had a great performance against Napoli. I think we're going to give him the nod today ahead of Elmo. We're going to give him a chance, the Brazilian, to make some magic happen for us. In terms of on the bench, of course, Paul Smith is going to be there because we're playing a formation that just doesn't fit him in, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's just the way perhaps the cookies crumble sometimes. Elsewhere in the team, I want to give us some options. So I'm actually going to bring in Fielos. And although we already have Paul Smith, so actually that's not the best option. I think we'll play Gennari, I think. Do I want to play Gennari? I think we will, just because he's a useful centre mid to have. And with our centre mid kind of centric team, if we do get a few injuries to midfielders or we want to mix up in the midfield, we are going to be limited if we just have Calvo and Elmo on the bench in terms of covering that centre mid position for us. So this is the team we're going to go with. If we look at Barcelona just really quickly, you can see they've got Kelechi Iheanacho up front, one of our legends of FM in one of our saves, of course. If you watched the Lewis save, you know all about this guy. If you didn't watch that save during FM15, I'm going to recommend now you go back and watch it because it was classic. But this guy was a beast for us. And actually looking at Barcelona here, you can see they've got Abel Aguirre as their manager, the Colombian. Not a standout player in real life, but in this game he's done pretty good since he became Barcelona manager. He took over them in this season where they finished 6th, and since then he's guided them back towards the summit of the Liga BBVA table. If we look at the league table, where are they now? They're actually 4th, so they're having a little bit of a disappointing domestic campaign. They'll be looking to turn that around. Their key player to look out for is this guy. I guess it's Yapisi. It might not be. I'm sorry to my Turkish viewers. You guys aren't going to be happy with that pronunciation, I already can tell. But he looks like a very good player. We're going to have to be wary of him up front. He is also their vice-captain, interestingly enough. And alongside Iheanacho, he might be a bit of a handful for us today. Either way, I'm going to submit our team for today's game. Hopefully we can get a good first leg result against Barcelona. I think that's got to be the ultimate aim. If we can be competitive in this game, if we can defend well, I will be a very happy bunny. In terms of the team, I'm just going to try and get them relaxed and encourage them for this game. I feel like the fact we're at home is going to perhaps help the players adapt to playing against Barcelona on a big stage here. Somewhat of a less intimidating atmosphere for them to kind of get to this stage of the competition and kind of open, I guess, the tie with. Of course, the majority of these players have been at the club a long time. They've not played in a quarter-final of a Champions League before. They're not used to this pressure. And so I feel like the familiar environment of being at the Space Park for the first leg, you know, it might help the players settle into this first leg and, you know, maybe help us going forward. Either way, we might have a chance here. Graphite out on the right. Barcelona with all the play early on. Ball goes in. Can someone get there? Vergara with a real opportunity. A free header in the box. Directs it straight at the keeper, unfortunately for us. And now Barcelona actually with the corner. Let's not live to regret that miss. Bouchard with the ball here. Can we counter? Up to Mosca. Had an impact against Napoli. Can he have an impact today? Switches the play. Helik is there. The pole with the effort. It's blocked away. Villalba can get it in. He can't. Helik dispossessed and challenged well in the box. And well, we've had 2 clear-cut chances, but the scores remain 0-0. A very promising start to the game for us. Barcelona with perhaps a few early chances and a slightly edge in the possession. But you'd have to say, given the 2 chances we've just seen there, we have cause to be perhaps optimistic. And also their star striker, who we identified earlier, He's got a bruised thigh. Hopefully that can play into our hands. We have got a few defenders on booking, so they're going to have to be careful. And we need to be careful here as Barcelona are going to be bringing the ball forward here. Gutierrez down the left. Options in the middle. Crosses it. Jeanin, back post. Hits the post. Vishalba getting the ball away. And, well, we live to fight another day. Barcelona, they're starting to have a few more shots. They're starting to pile on the pressure as you'd expect. We might have a chance here. Mosca whips it in. Vergara's there. Let's go. It's 1-0 to the Apex. And I can't even say his name. Ernesto Vergara. I'm so everywhere at the moment. I've only recently come off that Napoli live, come straight into this one. Mosca with the ball in here. And it's a lovely ball in of Vergara. I mean, he doesn't miss from there, the record transfer. Gets what could be an important goal for us. And, well, for all Barcelona's possession and shots they've had, we have come away with 3 clear-cut chances. And now we come away with a slender lead, which we are going to hold going into half-time. I'm going to tell the players passionately, I'm happy with the performance so far. I don't want them to get too complacent, but at the same time, I feel like, given the kind of the grand scale of this match, the best approach is really going to be to try and relax the players into it. And, well, a few of the players seeming pretty happy with how things are going at the moment. They have every right to be. And, well, let's see what we can do here in this second game. Gutierrez, bring the ball forward. Blocked away for a corner. Some good defending there, but we really don't want to concede immediately into the second half. Ball headed in, put in. Frigier heads it clear, only as far as Torres, however. Now with Kem. Turns to Gutierrez and Barcelona with the ball here in a dangerous area. Ball whipped in, headed away by Frigier, which is nice, but the ball is not dealt with. Now JJ has it. That should be it dealt with. Up to Mosca. We live to fight another day. Of course, this second half. We don't want to sit holding on. I do want to stay on the front foot with this 4-3-1-2. But a clean sheet is very, very precious in this kind of game. And at the moment, at least in the second half, Barcelona, they're not finding any real penetration. I expected to see them coming flying out the traps in this kind of second half, and they've just not done that as of yet. Just going to encourage the players with a team talk from the sideline. No idea if it actually does anything for us. Frigier, his fitness is struggling just a little bit. Part of me wants to take him off. Part of me feels like that might be a risk, but I am going to do it actually. Frigier's going to come off. I'm going to bring in Rodrigo Romero. Bouchard also struggling for fitness, as is Vishalba. He's playing well. Oh, this is a really big decision for me. Like, what do I want to change in terms of how we're approaching the game? I think we're going to bring in Elmo to play complete forward. Do I want to go for a triple change with 20 minutes left? I don't think I do. I'm going to take off Frigier based off his condition being lower, but I know Vishalba's like treading a tightrope really with low condition and a booking. All it's going to take is one lazy, somewhat tired tackle from him, and he could be off the pitch. Either way, we have a set piece here. Bouchard whips it in, cleared away. JJ, though, perhaps to recycle the possession here to Graphite. Options out on the right. Plays it forward to Mosca. Can't win it, but Bouchard's there. Joe Bouchard, the Canadian, to JJ. Scored a wonder goal before. Mora hits the post. Vergara, it's offside. It's offside. I was stood up for just a second. Mora with a crazy long-range effort. It was blocked away. Now they have a chance, and Torres scores, and the game just changes on moments like that. The Mora shot from miles out hits the post. Vergara was offside for the rebound, and now, well, the scores are all level. Torres, far too much space given to him in the box. Young, always going to struggle to save a shot from that close, coming through that many bodies in front of him. And while Barcelona, they've been good in this game. They've not had that many clear-cut chances, but they've taken the first half chance, which has really come their way. And, well, now they've got their tails up, haven't they? Kelechi Iheanacho. Can they get the ball into the box? They can. Cleared away, but still in a dangerous area. Vishalba, nice tackle. Elmo. Now can we break? Vergara, Mosca. This is beautiful, crisp passing. Up to Elmo, the sub. Can't get there, however. And now Barcelona going to look to perhaps bring the ball forward. Mustafa wins it, though. The Egyptian lays it inside to Bouchard. Vergara. Options on ahead. Mosca. Whips in the ball. Elmo can't win that. But it's still with Bouchard. JJ, Graphite. Back post. Elmo's there. He heads it over. That was such a good chance in the 88th minute. And I thought the Brazilian was destined to head it in. And now, well, a corner here for Barcelona. Let's not concede with 20 seconds left if we can avoid it, boys. Mora gets there. Bouchard, boot it up. That should be the game. And it's going to finish 1-1 unless there's a late goal here. Mosca, can you get a ball of quality in? He can't pick out his man. Mora's going to have it. I think this is all she wrote for the first leg. Although Mosca's still with the ball. Now he's going to be dispossessed. It's going to finish 1-1 here at the Space Park. A really positive kind of performance, you'd have to say, in the first leg. It finishes 1-1. Great performance, though. Really went toe-to-toe with Barcelona. Gives me hope going into the second game we can really make something happen here. Torres did get the Man of the Match award, the goal scorer for them. And well, going into the second leg, we have a lifeline against Barcelona. It's not going to be easy, but at least we are competitive. You can see Juventus drawing with Sporting in the other game 1-1. Either way, the next game is in a week. I'm going to skip forward to that. Guys, pray for us. Let's see if we can get it done in the second leg. We need a miracle. Okay, guys, so we are back here for the second leg against Barcelona. It's the Champions League quarter-final. I said a second ago we need a miracle to get through here. In reality, it's 1-1. We've put ourselves in as good a position as I expected us to after the first leg. Of course, 1-1, a somewhat familiar scoreline after the Napoli game, though of course was in the first round of the knockout stages. I'm hoping that we can have that kind of inspired second leg performance here today against Barcelona. It's surreal to think that if we were to win this game, we'd be 2 matches away from winning the Champions League as a Gibraltarian club. Do I expect it to happen? Of course not. We are punching above our weight. I feel like to beat Napoli was a feat in itself. Real Madrid and Man City have already gone through. Juventus or Sporting will be joining either ourselves or Barcelona along with those two teams in the kind of semi-finals. It's not going to be easy. There's a mountain to climb here to begin with. Let's just see what we can do. In terms of the team, I'm really compelled just to play the exact same team as before. I feel like the team proved a point last game. We went toe-to-toe with Barcelona, and I don't think there's anything I really want to change about that. I feel like I can't complain. One little thing that I did just start doing, of course, with Paul Smith being out on the left and us maybe switching into this narrower system, I've actually started training him to play up front as a complete forward. It's not necessarily a role he'd be entirely suited to because his heading's not great and his jumping's not great. But in terms of a player who can really get the ball down on the deck and make stuff happen for us, I think he'd be a fantastic catalyst in that complete forward role for us. And additionally, he can probably slot fairly well into the poacher role despite his lack of really off-the-ball movement and his finishing not being the greatest. Anyway, I digress. We want to get into the game today. It's at the Camp Nou. As I said, it's the Champions League quarter-final. It's a big game for us, even just to get this far is a feat. I noticed actually after we beat Napoli in the previous tie, there was a big shift from a lot of players that, the players who in January had been begging for me to sell them to kind of, middle of the road European clubs. You think of players who we've lost in the past, like the likes of Lorenko, the second to Freiburg. Is it Freiburg? I think it was Freiburg we lost into. I can't remember. But the kind of sales. We've made them throughout this series. We've lost them to kind of average European teams. A lot of the players who were kicking up a fuss in January about not being able to move to, French teams like Bordeaux, Marseille, just to throw out an example, they've come back and kind of told me, oh, I'm happy with what we're doing on the pitch. I want to stay now. And that's motivation in itself. And I'm hoping we can build off this newfound confidence, this newfound belief in kind of the team on the pitch, and give Barcelona a good game here, as Frigier makes a fantastic tackle to start the game. So it is going to be against Barcelona here. We are away from home. It's 1-1 after the first leg. Barcelona getting that somewhat key away goal for them. And, well, we need at least one goal. So we've got to stay on attack and we can't really afford to turtle up. And I don't think turtling up would be the way to go here. It's worth noting JJ getting a booking immediately isn't good for us. And now Barcelona with a chance. Get it away, someone. Somehow we've got it away. But JJ being on a booking after 5 minutes is just like, we're asking for trouble there. He's a bit naughty, is JJ. Now the ball into the box. Gutierrez hits the woodwork. Ball's still not cleared, although Graphite gets it clear. I'll tell you what, 6 minutes gone, Barcelona are going to be wondering how they're not ahead here. They've hit the woodwork twice, maybe. They've had one clear-cut chance. We've not been at the races so far. And after 20 minutes, I need to tell the players, what do I want to tell them? I feel like I want to tell them to concentrate at this point. I want them to kind of switch on in this game. We need to get our heads in the game. We need to start trying to, make something happen and go toe-to-toe like we did in the first leg. Paslak to Kem, to Fatih and Young. What a save. That is a powerful effort. Smashed at him by the Turkish forward. And he's dealt with it. And now Gutierrez at the edge of the box. Lays it out wide. Vishalba's going to get there. Helik going to pick up the ball. And we live to fight another day again. And at 0-0, it's not a bad situation, but you'd have to say, given how this first half has gone so far, it's not looking great for us. But one goal for us really swings the tide in our favour, and Graphite with the ball here. Can he whip in a ball of quality? Helik there. It's a corner. It was a clear-cut chance there. I think it was a fantastic tackle by the Barca defender. And, that was perhaps an opportunity to get our noses in head in the tie. And, we're not going to have many chances, you'd feel, at the new camp here like that one. And unfortunately for us, that one is squandered. That said, we are starting to get a little bit more of the possession, which is encouraging. And actually, Barcelona not had a shot in a while. That said, they have the ball here in our half. Nacho, Kelechi, don't do it to us. Mustafa, nice tackle. Not cleared away though. Jeanin, can he cut inside? Mustafa boots it up. It's a 2-on-2 at the back. Barcelona really committing men into this attack and, well, maybe leaving themselves a tad exposed. That said, when they do come forward, we are going to have to be at our best, and we need to be at our best here as Nacho's on the ball. Gutierrez switches the play to Jeanin, and now it's Fatih through on goal. Young with another save. What is he doing in goal? That effort was not the best one. It was smashed at him. Regardless, a fantastic save by the Swede. And, well, there might be one last chance here before half-time. Graphite, can you whip in a ball of quality? He can. Mosca's there. Can he bury it? He can't. The keeper saves it. That was a fantastic chance for us. And in the end, well, the ball has been dealt with. Although Bouchard, options in the middle, pulls it across. No one there. Frigier, the centre-back. Not the man you want to have the ball in the box there at his feet. And unfortunately, that chance is going to go a-begging. And it's going to be 0-0 here. You tell the players they've been unlucky so far. Fantastic team talk. Players looking confident and motivated. That's what we need here. I'm not going to change anything. We're going to sit back and we're going to hope that, given the team talk, given how we did grow into the game, we can maybe create a few more chances yet. Despite the fact Barcelona have bossed this game, we have looked like we could have the potential to score. And the longer this game goes on, with Barcelona, still drawing at home, they're going to want to push men forward. They're going to leave themselves exposed, and that's where we're going to try and capitalise. And we might have a chance here. Mosca hits the crossbar, rebound, saved away. And that was such a good chance. What an initial effort by Mosca off the crossbar. Unfortunately, came spinning off at a weird angle, and he couldn't get the rebound in either. The keeper tipping it wide, and it's a good effort by the Brazilian. A very good effort. Vergara has really struggled in advanced playmaker today. I'm going to move Bouchard up the pitch there, and I'm actually going to move Mora, I think, to playmaker, JJ to box, and then take off Vergara and bring on Calvo. Calvo, of course, on loan from Real Madrid, so he's going to have a little bit of a point to prove, you'd feel, in this game. He's going to want to come on and give a good performance against his Spanish rivals. And I feel like he could be a good player to bring in and really be a rock in the defensive midfielder department. Also hoping moving Bouchard to kind of the trequartista role could work wonders for us. The Canadian, very capable of picking out a pass and actually involved already early on here as we are bringing the ball forward. Bouchard on it to Hellick. Graphite now out wide, tries to whip in the ball but cleared away by Barca. Now with Kelechi Nacho. Headed clear now, Barcelona on the attack. We need to defend well here. Gutierrez, man over on his right hand side. Villalba though, what a tackle Villalba. What a tackle that is. Now Hellick, big ball over the top to him. He's not fast, but he will at least apply some pressure. Unfortunately though, the ball distributed well. And now Kelechi Nacho bringing the ball forward. Fatih with the effort. And, well, I'll tell you what, Ludwig Young has made another saving goal for us. And with 20 minutes left, it's still 0-0. Of course, we would be going out on away goals as things stand, but we have given a great account of ourselves here. And I feel like with 15 minutes left in this game, it's time to start throwing a few more men forward. It's time to start really kind of, I guess, just chucking men in at the deep end and trying to make something happen in this game. I feel like it's kind of do or die time for us right now, and we've got to try and do something, haven't we? We've got to up the tempo here. We've got to make something magical happen. We're going to whip some crosses into the box. In fact, no, we're not. No, we are not. We are going to float crosses and we're going to hit them early. And we are going to stick Elmo on the pitch alongside Hellick as a target man. We're going to bring on the big man Elmo. And we're going to go for this game with some big balls into the box. We're going to skip the middle man. And hopefully just get that ball pumped into the box. Or we should pump into the box on as well. 5 minutes left. Time ticking away here. It'd be so frustrating to go out, but it looks like we are going to go out and, well, we're going to go out on away goals, it seems, unless Barcelona score now. They have done. Tavares has scored. It's going to finish 2-1 here, but to be honest, I can't fault the performance. We've just gone away from home to Barcelona and really gone toe-to-toe with them throughout this game. Ludwig Young in goal has had an absolutely incredible performance. Unfortunately, in committing men up the pitch, we have left ourselves exposed at the back, and it's cost us here as we do concede a very late, arbitrary goal, really, in the grand scheme of things. But what a season. Season 16, the furthest we've got in Europe, and, I mean, it's heartbreaking in some ways to lose by such a narrow margin to Barcelona, but at the same time, I mean, I can't fault the player performance. It was an absolutely insane display by us, and I'm pretty proud of the players there. Sporting going through against Juventus, so that's a great result for them. We do get £4.28 million. I'm hoping that really, just given the 2 draws, well, I say 2 draws, we didn't end up drawing that second game in the end, but given the draw and the narrow defeat, I mean, I hope Gibraltar is proud of our players, because we've given ourselves a great account there. In terms of coefficients and stuff, it looks like we're actually going to raise by 1 place in the kind of European coefficients, which will see us go 12th ahead of Russia. You can see here, this year we got the highest ever coefficient total in a year. The previous best for Gibraltar was 7.375, which was 2 years ago when we reached the first knockout round. Of course, with Gibraltar Lions doing well and ourselves getting to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, it's seen us get a fairly big increase of 8.2. As a result, we will be leapfrogging Russia. So that's a really, really good performance there. Actually, if you look at our kind of values here, it's almost a shame that in 2 of the last 4 years we've got to the Europa League, because you can see that has hurt our overall totals. Anyway, in terms of our club coefficient, I'm not sure how up to date this will be based off the results we just played. But you can see actually for the season, we get a 24.6 increase, which is going to see our coefficient rise to 84. Not sure exactly where that's going to leave us, but I mean, it looks like it's hard to tell. It's going to leave us a little bit higher than what we were before. I can probably work it out actually. It's going to see us rise is the word I'm looking for, so around 27th. So we're going to leapfrog 4 or 5 teams, which is a good little achievement, I guess. Anyway, I digress. I will join you guys at the end of season commentary next episode. We'll, of course, look over all the stats of the team in a lot more detail. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. Disappointing result in the end, but I'm very, very proud of the performance. I think we are still making progress in this save. Very optimistic for the coming seasons. And yeah, hopefully, as I said, you guys have been enjoying it too. Anyway, that is all from me. If you have enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you've got any comments, please do leave them down below. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.